Gotta peel this sticker off. How did I forget to do that? Stand by. There we go. Yo, dudes, Oren here. Welcome back to my stream and welcome to Monday Night Football, where the Las Vegas Raiders are taking on the Detroit Lions. And I am pumped for this game because the Lions got the new logos. I tried to draw it on here as best I can. And you'll see it on their helmets, and I'm sure you'll get a good look at it. And, it's a primetime game with the Detroit Lions in it, and I was just looking at some of the pregame stuff, and it looks really electric in there, like lots of dark, lots of flashing blue lights and everything like that. So I'm seeing a lot of Jersey Mike's sponsors and commercials and stuff like that going on, and I am just pumped for this game. I know we got our butts kicked by Baltimore last week, but, you get a different vibe and a different energy going into this game because the Lions are just going to bounce back with a vengeance, and lots more people are healthy for this game. And I got to check the injury report real quick. And they're talking about pregame stuff. I'm hearing Joe Buck's voice. I'm watching it on the ESPN thing. So I'm going to check real quick who's injured. It looks like Broderick Martin's active to play while Levi Onwuzurike is benched. I'm seeing that headline. Just want to double check if there's any inactives I should be aware of. Yeah, I'd love to see Broderick Martin do some damage if he's able to, but you got to develop him if that's what's required. Frank Ragnow is out with calf and toe injuries. He's always had the toe injury ever since the turf toe thing a couple of seasons ago. And Jonah Jackson's also going to be out for a third straight week. So Graham Glasgow is going to be at center. And Vaitai is in this game. Awosika is in this game. Dan Skipper's in this game. And Colby Sorsdal is active for this game also. So the offensive line continues to have injuries, but, they're going to make do with what they have. Next man up is the philosophy and mentality of it. So there's really one player whom we all know and who went to Eastern Michigan University that I think on the defensive line the Lions got to be worried about, and that's Max Crosby. But, he'll have to go up against Taylor Decker and Penei Sewell. So, good luck to him with that. Those should be some fun matchups if you like watching the linemen go at it, and I'm one of those people. So even though my eye is naturally drawn towards wherever the ball is going with the quarterback or the playmakers and all that sort of stuff. And, Max Crosby and Devontae Adams are really their two big players, although the rest of their players, some of them do have the ability to do some damage. The linebacker, I noticed their linebacker is all right. Jimmy Garoppolo's experienced quarterback, and, he'll do what he can. Josh Jacobs the running back, he had a huge year last year, but hasn't done much this year, so we'll see what happens there. I'm seeing all sorts of previews, Monday Night Football preview stuff. Yeah, I'm assuming David Montgomery and Jerry Jacobs are back for this game. So I figured I pretty much took a day off yesterday from football, watching football games, and I explored the area I was living in and, like mental health stuff and, experiencing some of the nature and some of the downtown stores and doing all of that sort of fun stuff, because even though it's fun to watch these NFL games and root for our favorite teams, it is possible that you can get burnt out. And I want to make sure that I don't get burnt out. And I'm probably going to do a lot of that same thing next week too when the Lions have their bye week. So Snoop Dogg is doing the intro while showing Lions highlights. We also have a trade deadline coming up tomorrow afternoon, so thinking Brad Holmes might make some moves, get a player or two. We'll see how the turntables. My opinion, everybody's talking about, they need to trade for another edge rusher or trade for another cornerback. I feel like it's one-dimensional thinking because the other GMs know this about the Lions, and they're going to drive the prices up with those. So I feel like Brad Holmes is going to try to think 2 steps ahead and think of trying to get another position that will make it so that we're really good in one area of winning football games that the other positions and needs won't necessarily be a big deal, if that makes sense. And I'm thinking wide receiver might be that option. And last I heard, Mike Evans could still be on the table. So I'm hoping maybe something with Mike Evans can be done. I know there was rumors about trading for him at the beginning of the season, but if ever a time is to trade for someone like that, now would be the time. So maybe some offensive linemen for depth, stuff like that. But I just feel like even though it is a need to have an edge rusher at this point as well. Oh, they're showing the helmets on the players. And the kickoff is just happening. Here we go. Here we go. But my point about the NFL trade deadline of the Lions is, I think they'll try to think more one-dimensional, two-dimensional, three-dimensional, as opposed to just doing what everybody expects to help fill a position need at cornerback and edge rusher. So, because other teams know that, and they're going to try to wring the Lions dry in the trade offer. I got my bucket, which I got from Ford Field with my buddies who are out there. I filled it with celery. Detroit gets the ball first, and they hand it off to Gibbs, who's taking it up the middle for a few yards. Goff, Gibbs, St. Brown, Reynolds, Colby Sorzell starting, and Sam Laporta, Cleve Freeman, Josh Reynolds, St. Brown. Those linemen I talked about earlier are all in there, so fun. I did not see Montgomery in there, so I don't know if he's still out or not. They hand off to Gibbs again, and he goes nowhere. Showing Raiders defense, Matt Scrubby's at the top of the list. Luke Masterson, that's the linebacker I was talking about earlier. He's the other player to watch out for, in my opinion. Trayvon Mulhering, the safety, was somebody I mentioned when the Raiders played the Packers, and I live streamed that game too. It's 3rd and 3 at the 28-yard line. Goff and shotgun. Quick pass to Laporta, and he gets the first down, goes out of bounds. As Joe Buck is saying, that rookie has made a big impact on this offense. And I'm loving to hear it because I predicted the Lions might draft Laporta, and they did. My nickname for him is Superman's Chin. I mean, look at his face when you get a chance, and he's got Superman's chin. And he's also like classy guy and all that, just like what I say about Jack Campbell, which is why I love Jack Campbell, which is why I got his jersey during the draft night. So anyway, we're at 1st and 10. Goff under center. Hands off to Gibbs again. He's running up the middle, gains about 4 yards. I'm curious about Montgomery now. They're highlighting Jahmyr Gibbs. Oh, Montgomery is ruled out for this game, so we won't be seeing him in there. Oh, Gibbs catches a pass, and he's going around, and it looks like he got the first down there. So Gibbs is looking sharp so far on Monday Night Football. So even though we drafted him at 12, and that automatically makes high expectations, I knew a player like Gibbs will probably need a little bit of time to develop as much as he can. So, and I think he's gotten just enough of that time, and hopefully he has a really good game in this game. I'm hoping Jamison Williams also has a good game in there too. I saw nothing to indicate that he's not playing. He should be playing. Fakes it, dumps off. That play got blown up. So now it's 2nd and 10. Yeah, I was intentional grounding. Didn't call it. Maybe, maybe not. All right, Goff drops back and passes. Dumps it off to Gibbs, and he gets about 5 yards there. It's at the 49-yard, and they're like right above where Detroit's logo should be on the field. As a casual fan, it is my obligation to point out the stuff that casual fans would point out about football games, such as the logo on the field. Last week, Tony touches. In addition to that bucket of celery, I have leftover pulled pork. I made a sandwich out of it, leftover from my job today. Quick pass, first down to Gibbs and more. Down to the 44-yard line. Quick pass down the middle. Kind of a slant similar to what Laporta does, but Gibbs does it. This is the Alvin Kamara stuff we were expecting from Gibbs. Goff is getting the ball out quick in this game so far. Because he knows Ragnar's out, and he knows that Jonah Jackson's out again. Goff under center, 1st and 10. Hands off to Gibbs again, goes up the middle with it. Gains about 3 to 4 yards. The Lions are moving the field down the field on this drive. They're doing what they do best, and they're using a lot of the running game to do that, and Gibbs is stepping up for that. Showing Dan Campbell wearing all blue. Mr. You know what I'm about. You know I'm just waiting to fuck you up, man. Because I'm that Big Lebowski guy, the real-life version. 9 plays, 41 yards, 5 minutes on this drive. While they're eating up the clock, that's what they do best with these drives, because they do it with a running game and then complement it with play-action pass. Oh, Craig Reynolds runs it up the middle, gets a first down, and battles for more yards. Goff fooled me on that play action. Colby Sorsdal had a nice block on that one. They're talking about him there. And Reynolds got some extra chunk yards on that one, which got them even closer, which is what you love to see about this offense. That's what they want to do, gain extra yards whenever they can and when they're one-on-one matchups. Goff hands it off to the running back again, gets about a couple yards there. I couldn't tell which running back was in at that. Run the ball on 41% of plays, 10th highest in the NFL. Good statistic. They're whistling the play dead. What's going on? Raiders call a timeout. Man, it's so good to be back. I'm trying to reduce the amount, I'm doing because I have stuff to do in my daily life, but it is good to be back in these primetime games to be able to live stream these games because this could be very much a special year because look at what the rest of the division is doing right now. And while I never wish injury on any players, what happened to Kirk Cousins was unfortunate. yesterday. But the Vikings look like they are panicking, and if they're probably not going to get him back if it's an Achilles tear. That's a season-ending type of injury. So the Vikings could be done sooner than we thought, even though they were gaining momentum. The Packers look like they're doing a bad team. No offense to Packers fans, but the Bears, are the Bears. This division is wide open for us. Oh! Gibbs got tackled in the backfield. That was Crosby. And look, now it's 3rd and 8. That wasn't a horse collar tackle. Oh, nobody was blocking him because all the rest of the linemen were blocking the other person. So, yeah, Crosby got my attention there. So we're at the 26-yard line, 3rd and 8. Goff dropping back to pass. He passes. Laporta doesn't even see it. It's incomplete. 4th and 8. Field goal unit comes out. Got to get the points. Get the early lead. I can hear that fan that was sitting next to me at the game I went to against the Falcons just yell out, get the points, get the points, get the points. It may turn out to be one of those games, where they chip away with field goals, but, they win with a good defense. But or the Lions could blow out an offense yet. We don't know. They were driving the ball for quite a good while there. Kick is up, and it is good. Lions are on the board first. 44 yards attempt. I believe that's the longest field goal of the year for Patterson. I highlighted the kickers on both of these teams in previous primetime preview shorts that I've done, so I decided to switch it up and briefly mention their punters. And I think both of the punters, as far as I can tell, are really good. So, but Jack Fox, he has the extra advantage of being able to pass the ball like a quarterback on trick plays, which he's done a handful of times for us to be successful. So, Lions are up 3-0. Trying to make the scores stand out a little bit more. I know my handwriting is a little wonky, but What's up? It's a beast. Give Gibbs actual quality reps, and he can produce. Yeah, he did a good job of that on this first drive. So I figured, even though he was a 12th overall pick, even though he was playing some, you needed to help him develop a little bit, get accustomed to the NFL. We're halfway into the season. Now we're seeing Gibbs doing that Alvin Kamara type of stuff that they were hoping he would do, and he did a lot of that in this drive. And then this last play that he did, he got lit up by Crosby in the backfield. But other than that, he's been really good. He did a lot of this same stuff, or at least some of the same stuff, not as much of it now as in the Falcons game that I went to, and I remember that. So, you love to see him attack the gaps as best he can with his speed, his breakaway speed and all that. And then I was concerned about Laporta on that pass attempt there right before the field goal. He looked like he didn't even know the ball was coming to him there, and he was running right into double coverage. They're showing it on the replay right now. Wait, no, they're not. They're showing the intentional grounding-ish play. Let it go, Joe Buck. Let it go. Blah, 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 blah. Properly knock out a fall. So they agree with the refs on that one. So I should hope so. The Lions are getting a little more luck on their side these days, and that happens when you are starting to be more successful. So And Gibbs is even more impressive tonight considering how many linemen are missing from the Detroit's offensive line. I know they've had missing offensive linemen in previous games, but Frank Ragnow is also now out too. And so you have people like Colby Sorsdal starting, and then some other people whose names you don't know about. So keep that in mind tonight. And as far as I can tell, they're doing a good job so far. Colby Sorsdal was a rookie. The Lions drafted him on day 3, and he had a really nice block as far as I can tell. So wishing a lot of good stuff here there. All right. You see Jimmy Garoppolo pointing. It's 1st and 10. They're at the 25-yard line. He's under center. Dropping back to pass. Dumps it off up the middle. And stiff arm Anzalone. And he runs for the first down out of bounds. Pursued by Julian Okora. But there's a flag on the play. Guarantee if this was against the Packers, it would be called. Huh? Maybe, maybe not. I don't know. No fall for holding on the play. Bummer. Let's see how the Lions defense does here. This is the first play so far. Looks like Hutchinson fell down. No, that was Kaminsky, I think. I see Jones in there. I see Campbell in there. Zooming in on Garoppolo. 1st and 10 at the 38-yard line. He's dropping back to pass. Oh, he's under pressure. Oh! He passed it off to the side, but it bounced off the arms and then out of bounds. I thought he was about to get sacked right there or swatted away, but nope. They're trying to pass the ball quite a bit. You're hoping to see some good things from the pass rush for the Lions. 2nd and 10. They hand off to the middle, and he's going around, and nowhere to go there. Nice. Brian Branch was there on the tackle, so nowhere to go there. And Tracy Walker. He tried to get around, but the 2 Lions right there just gobbled him up. And now you see the fans holding up the 3s. I really wanted to get one when I went to Ford Field, but apparently they were lent out to these fans that had seats in those certain sections of the stadium. So I went and asked guest services about it, and that's what they told me. But 3rd and 10. Garoppolo walking around, yelling, waving his arms around. Now shotgun. Dropping back to pass, scrambling to his left, still scrambling. He's going to run with it now. And Anzalone stops him a yard short from the first down. Nice pursuit there. Even though Garoppolo doesn't have legs, but got the job done there. Before some of you guys got in, I was talking about the trade deadline. What do you guys think the Lions are going to do as far as the trade deadline goes? You know, I'm starting to think Roger Goodell got us Lions again with the schedule because Monday Night Football, the day before the trade, gives the Lions less time to evaluate what's going on with the trade before they can do anything, as opposed to the other teams. But I suppose I should stop whining about Goodell and just because Brad Holmes will get what he needs to get done regardless. And like I was saying, I got my celery for snacks and my popcorn bowl I got at Ford Field, and I got my 2 pulled pork sandwiches as a snack, and then I have some green tea. So Still on commercial break. Just kind of, just waiting. And the Lions defense stopped them there, so they got the job done with what they needed to do there. They did get a first down on them, but not a whole lot of damage there. So I was hoping to see a sack, but the stopping the running back, Brian Branch. It's good to see Brian Branch back there too. The Lions have one of the top, if not the top, run-stopping defense in the league, thanks to players like Brian Branch. So, and that was a big problem last season too, and the season before. Like, they needed to get better at stopping the run, and it looks like they have done that. So, quarterbacks that are mobile still are a problem with Detroit, but they do what they can. They did They did just enough against Patrick Mahomes on week 1, and Geno Smith, was successful enough against Detroit on week 2, and then Desmond Ridder couldn't do anything against us in week 3. Neither could Jordan Love all that much in week 4. Dang, I'm trying to remember. Bryce Young couldn't do much against us week 5. That was the last one I could think of. Baker Mayfield, I guess he's mobile enough, and he barely could do anything. But then we get to Lamar Jackson, a whole different animal. All right. I see the Meyer logo and the Ford Field there. It's a grocery store chain in Michigan. If you know, you know. All right, 1st and 10 at the 9-yard line. Hand off to Gibbs. And he wrestles up for about 3 yards there. Malcolm Kuntz on the tackle. You're seeing coaches and some players holding up their fists like this. Hank Fraley, offensive line coach. What story are they talking about? 2nd and 7, Goff and shotgun. Goff dropping back to pass. Passes caught by Jameson Williams. But now it's fumbled, and now Rager's recovered it. Jameson Williams, you are the ultimate roller coaster. Okay, that was really more Masterson and his skill than like Jameson, I guess. Still, the fact that it was Jameson Williams doing that. Reynolds? Oh, you're right. It was Reynolds. My bad. It looked like the 9, which Jameson Williams wore. So, okay, so no harm done with J-Mo then. But Reynolds, come on, man. And it's intercepted in the end zone. Kirby Joseph gets the interception, so we get the ball right back. Whew, crisis averted. Chaos is what's happening. And the Lions are back on the winning side of that chaos. Turnover and then turnover. I haven't seen Kirby Joseph get an interception in a while, so that's good. What are they doing? The T-Rex roar thing? Can you take it all the way? Whew. That was an attention-grabbing session, a few minutes of football right there. Not going to lie. But yeah, the Raiders defense, I don't underestimate them in their ability to get turnovers, whether it be an interception or a fumble or anything weird or wonky like that. So I'm relatively not surprised that happened, but I kind of am. But then Garoppolo just goes ahead and tries to lob it up into the end zone, and Kirby Joseph was right there. So, whew. Lions have a good safety core, even though C.S. Gardner-Johnson is out. So they got Tracy Walker. They got Brian Branch, who plays slot corner, but he can also play safety. He probably will move to safety next season, if I had to guess. Kirby Joseph, obviously, we saw them there. Sorry, my mind is like in several different places all at once. Still on commercial break. I have another thing of tea. I'm going to go get that real quick. I got it. That tea is lukewarm now. Devontae Adams. Wanted to get to Devontae Adams. He just ignored the safety. Dump off to Laporta, goes nowhere on that. So Aaron Rodgers said he didn't see Kirby Joseph when he intercepted him at that last play last season. So Kirby Joseph must have a superpower of being able to camouflage into the backfield to where the quarterbacks don't see him when he passes the ball, then gets the interception. So I don't know. Camouflage Kirby. Camo Kirby. Maybe that's going to have to be a nickname for him. I can't think of anything that would say that would be PC inappropriate, but maybe that one. Anyways, Goff. Dump. No pass. Bounces off the ground across the middle of the field. Now it's 3rd and 10. They're showing Penei Sewell, and looks like he's laughing. No penalties for him yet, so he had a couple of penalties against Baltimore that really infuriated me, but Penei Sewell is one of the best tackles in the league. He hasn't given up in a sack in forever. 3rd and 10 at the 9-yard line. Play clock down to 2. There we go. Goff jogs back and is passing. Shambles to his left. Gives it up. Throws it out of bounds. 4th and 10. Nowhere to pass it, so he had to throw it out of bounds. So now they're going to punt it. That's all right. We got Jack Fox. Jack Fox, I talked about him. Punt goes. Fair catch at the 41. All right, pretty decent, all things considered. City is fired up, Joe Buck says. Joe Buck, you haven't pissed me off yet, so you have in the past with your bias stuff. You tried to get the Lions there with that intentional grounding, but the suit said, yeah, that was not intentional grounding, so I got my eye on you, Joe Buck. You're lucky I prefer you to the Manning brothers. As Tom Grasser would say, let's get it. Let's get it, baby. Let's get it, baby. Let's get it. It's just me dancing along to the tune of the commercial. It's a Nike commercial, I think. Or perfume. Or all of the above. Lions are up 3-0. It's just another Madden Monday. Come on, baby. I wish it were Sunday. Come on, because that's when the Lions play. Get it! They're promoting the Chargers and the Jets. Oh, by the way, for anybody who is interested or cares, I'm not going to do a Fridge Magnet Power Rankings video tomorrow just because, because I'm doing this tonight, I won't have much of the time for it. I'll do it in like a community post, but to do a video like right after doing this, because I'll do a post-game reaction video after this game too. I feel like, that's fair. So I will say I have the Jaguars going up, and the Ravens are also way up there too, while I have the Chiefs and the 49ers dropping. So just to give an idea there. And we're back. 1st and 10 at the 41. Garoppolo under center. Pitches it, and it's going up the middle. Gains about 5 yards there. Tripped up by Bugs, I think that was. Jack Campbell, actually. Jack Campbell. They're talking about him. 2nd and 5. Garoppolo under center. Hands it off again. Goes up the middle with it and falls just short of the first down at the 51-yard line. Landed right on top of the Lions logo, right on the belly, the torso. And now they're hurrying up to do it again. Hands it off again, and he's stuffed there. Loss of 1 there. Angelone right there. And McNeil. 4th and 2 already. They're going to go for it on 4th down. 4th and 2. They're showing Elite McNeil. Yeah, he got it there in the backfield, tripped him up. And then the other ones finished him off. I saw Paschal in there. He was injured for a bit. Now he's back. He could be a key player. 4th and 2. They're going for it. Garoppolo dropping back to pass. Scrambling to his right. Passes it. Incomplete. Turnover on downs. Detroit ball. Garoppolo wanted the flag, but he doesn't get it. Sucks to suck, Jimmy. Kirby Joseph celebrating. At some point later on this week, I do intend to make a video about the Detroit Lions, and because it's kind of the halfway point for them, like right around that time, and just kind of like evaluate, where we're at, and like what we're doing right, what we're doing need to improve. And probably we'll talk about any trades that they make after tomorrow. So, and then just kind of go from there. Most of it will be positive. Like, St. Brown catches a pass and he goes up to a 1st down and more. But why is there a flag? Against Detroit? Campbell's just like, what is that? What is the penalty? And my tablet is frozen. Great. No foul for an ineligible man downfield. All right. Thank you, refs. Thank you. You guys look handsome so far tonight. Yeah, sideways throw to St. Brown, and then just good blocking from the receivers and all that. That's another key that the Lions like to do. Anyway, 1st and 10. They're showing Max Crosby. They're at the 43-yard line. Goffin shotgun. Dropping back to pass. Down the middle. Caught. Almost to the 1st down. Across to the 31. There's St. Brown again. The bread and butter play, like I like to call it. They're talking about St. Brown, congestion, sore throat. They're talking about how he's mildly sick. Sounds like the type of cold I would catch. Oh, Gibbs gets a first down and more. Down to the 20. Sounds like the common cold that I would usually catch, you know? I like to think like these sickness updates are like, updates for the other team to make them think, oh, should we prepare for St. Brown? Should we not prepare? I don't know. But anyways, we're down to march down to the 20, starting from the 50. So Gibbs gets stopped in the backfield, though. Epps on the blitz, I think it was. Second 11 on the 22-yard line. Goff catches a quick pass. Oh, incomplete. That one, Jamison Williams there. The pass did look like it was kind of behind him, though. Maybe Jamo was too fast for the pass. 22 seconds to go in the first quarter. I don't know if he was too fast for the pass or if it was like inaccurate, or if it's just his hands, maybe all of the above. 3rd and 11. Goff dropping back and passing. To Khalif Raymond. He gets the first down and more out of bounds. I think that'll be 1st and goal. 15 seconds left. Clock is running down to 8 seconds. Leaf. And that's the end of the first quarter. Raiders are starting to get frustrated, and Joe Buck is noticing it. All right. 3-0 so far, but the Lions could score another touchdown here soon. They have the offense to do it. I'm confident yet cautiously optimistic that the Lions should be able to win the NFC North, because none of the other 3 teams look like they're doing much with their teams. The Vikings looked like they were starting to get some momentum, but then the Kirk Cousins injury took place. So even that, and without Jamar Jefferson, basically I thought those 2 players were their team right there. It's like, what do you do if you're the Vikings, you know? The Packers look like they're getting worse and worse every week, unfortunately. I would not be surprised if Matt LaFleur and Goody, their GM, both get fired and they start a rebuild, because, I mean, if you think about it, like a lot of those players and personnel, like they're used to Aaron Rodgers running stuff over there, and Aaron Rodgers is now gone. So, somebody else has got to step up, and you got to, wash away the previous era and start again with a new era with new people in charge, and have to do a rebuild. And that's the hard truth I think those Packers fans probably don't want to hear, but and I know, because I am near a lot of them every day. So, and then the Bears, they're without Justin Fields right now for like the second straight game, and they didn't do anything last night. I didn't even watch that game, but I knew that they probably wouldn't win. So they have a decent wide receiver. They did some damage there, but it's like, what are the Bears planning to do to try to improve, All right, here we go. First and goal. Second quarter starting. Goff under center. Almost everyone's lined up on the left side. Goff hands off to Gibbs. Gains 1 yard there. No doubt they're setting up a play action pass in the next play or two. Second and goal. Ball at the 6.5 yard line. Goff under center. Pitches it to Gibbs. He goes nowhere. Line of scrimmage. Flag on the play, though. What's the flag? Holding offense. Number 68. Taylor Decker. Well, we'll see what the replay shows. Yeah. Hook on the neck. Come on, Decker. Fewer penalties, the better. Still second and goal, except the ball is now on the 16-yard line. Goff hands it off to Leaf, and he gets tackled, loss of 2 yards there. I don't know what that play was. But now it's third and goal at the, 19-yard line now? I don't know what that play was. But Leaf got met with a pretty good tackle there. The Raiders are the worst team at red zone defense, apparently. Okay, Leaf catches a pass. He's going, gets the 10, 9, 8-yard line. But now it will be fourth and goal. Will Dan Campbell be aggressive and go for it for a touchdown? Or will he go the points in the field goal? I think they're going to go for it. All right, they're going for it at the 8-yard line, fourth and goal. Will the Lions get a touchdown here? Goff and shotgun. Gibbs standing right to his left. Delay a game offense. Oh. Yeah, they were just trying to draw him offside, so they'll probably do the field goal now. So I don't know why I didn't see that coming. I was so in suspense of the moment that, yeah. "31-yard attempt. Kick is up and right down the middle. It is good. Detroit doubles their lead to 6. It's been a defensive game. Although I think Detroit's offense has been kind of dominating somewhat, but just falling short. Showing a Marvel preview or whatever, Captain Marvel or whatever. But yeah, I think that Taylor Decker holding penalty cost us, so that's why, yeah. You hate to see it, but, it happens. It happens. The Marvels. How unprofessional of me just to sit here in silence while doing a live stream. That's got to be boring for the 0 people currently watching my stream right now. My apologies there to no one. Anyways, let's look at some of the box score because I'm always curious about that stuff. Jimmy Garoppolo is 1 for 4 with 12 yards, 1 interception. Goff is 10 for 15, 83 yards. No touchdown, no interception. But Josh Jacobs has 1 reception for 12 yards as well as 4 carries for 8 yards. Jahmyr Gibbs has 9 carries for 27 yards. That's really not pretty good so far. Craig Reynolds has 2 carries for 13 yards. St. Brown has 2 receptions for 20 yards. Khalif Raymond's 2 receptions for 24 yards. Jahmyr Gibbs, 3 receptions for 20 yards. So Gibbs has been a lot of the offense so far. Sam Laporta, 2 receptions for 6 yards. Sam Laporta is having a quiet game so far. Anzalone has 2 tackles. Brian Branch has 1 solo tackle. They're talking about Devontae Adams and highlighting all of his greatness. All right, Garoppolo's under center. It's 1st and 10 at the 25-yard line. Hands off to the middle and gains about 3 yards there. A pile. Second and 6. Ball on the 31-yard line. Or 29, excuse me. Garoppolo drops back. Oh, pass is batted up and deflected. Almost intercepted by Anzalone, though. One of the linemen got their hand on it and tipped it. Lee McNeil must have done it. Remember early against the Tampa Bay game when the Lions did something similar? That's almost what this was again. Yep, McNeil got his hand up there. Big Mac is his nickname. Yep, Joe Buck says the Lee McNeil is good, and I know that. Garoppolo down the middle. Is that caught? Was that caught right at the first down? I don't think it was. So 4th and 6. 4th and 6. That one was kind of lucky, I guess. Oh, no, it wasn't caught. It wasn't caught. He never caught it. It was never secure in his hands. Good coverage by Jerry Jacobs there, definitely. So Lions defense does their job again. And now they're forced to punt. And it goes to the 21-yard line. Catches it kind of out of bounds. So this is kind of a chess game right now, a pitcher's duel where like you're moving the pawns out, trying to position everything, but no splash moves have happened yet. So, I mean, besides the interceptions by both teams there, or the turnovers by both teams, I should say. So there were a couple of surprises yesterday. I know the Broncos beat the Chiefs and stuff like that. The 49ers lost to the Bengals. In preseason, we probably would have said that would have been a big game by 2 big teams, but the Bengals look like trash right up until recently, so they might be coming back. So while the 49ers have lost 3 straight games now, but who impressed me the most was Will Levis, who got to start, and he had 4 touchdown passes. And it's like, this is what happens when you let a quarterback sit and watch behind a pro for a little while. And then he did a lot of things right, as far as I could tell. And then you see someone like Anthony Richardson, who was thrown into the fire right away and got injured and is now out for the season. So Colts, dum-dums. But Titans, super smarty pantses. And the Lions are kind of doing that with Hendon Hooker right now, but they didn't really need to force it because Hooker was already injured. So, I don't know how much physical practice Hooker is, getting, but he's I imagine he's learning the system any chance he get. And at the same time, it's motivating Goff to play well because, he could potentially have his replacement right there waiting to succeed him. So this will be the Lions' last game they play for a while, and then they go to the San Diego Chargers, where they'll take on Justin Herbert and Austin Eckler and those types. And I'm hearing that tensions are mounting between the head coach and, I guess, the DBs or the locker room or whatever. I think we've all us Lions fans saying that's probably where Ben Johnson will wind up being the head coach at if he does move on and get a head coaching job, They're definitely an option. I think the Patriots could be an option if they decide to move on from Belichick. Goff, pass down the middle, deep, caught by St. Brown, and he's going through the foot. That was a big play. Goes out of bounds. That was a game of like 35, I think. 44 yards there. I'll read the comment in a second. I'm watching the replay of it. Yeah, he beat that guy one-on-one and got a lot of yards because of it. 21. Now it's 1st and 10 at the 36-yard line. Oh. They tried to do a jet sweep to Reynolds, but Max Crosby was right there to blow it up. Who was supposed to block him? Oh, nobody blocked him again. Penei Sewell had a different assignment. He knocked his helmet off. Oh, that was Jameson Williams, actually. I'm getting Reynolds and Williams mixed up. Goff scrambling to his right. Gets rid of it. Pass is caught again to St. Brown. 1st down and more. Down to the 15. But there's a flag on the play. Just finished eating. Anything big happened. Last play I saw the Detroit Lions punt after the pick. Nope. They forced the Raiders to punt. And then this first play, St. Brown had a big play. Illegal contact defense near 39. There we go. 1st down is the result. But yeah, the Raiders did nothing with their drive previously, and then they punted it to like the 21-ish yards. And then St. Brown's on that first play had like a 44-yard gain on the play action pass. The bread and butter play, as I like to call it. Don't spoil the plays for me if you know them, because I'm kind of behind on them. Sam Laporta catches a pass almost to the 1st down, which would have been like the 9. Oh, I see what you mean. It was a correction with the word pick. I thought you were saying that the next play was an interception. So my bad. It's a beast. Oh yeah, you were talking way back. Yeah, the Lions got another field goal. They did another drive, but they got stopped short in the red zone. So Goff, quick pass to St. Brown next to him, but he's getting tackled, and it'll be a loss of some yards. It was a 2nd and 1. It went from 2nd and 1, and it'll probably be like a 3rd and 8 or whatever. Three of the Lions players, like, all on their bellies on the ground during that play, while other players were like doing a screen pass or something like that, blocking like that, I guess. I don't know what happened there. 3rd and 9. The pass is batted down. Adam Butler batted on the pass. Now he's like, so out comes the field goal unit once again. So the Lions are driving the ball, but they seem to be struggling in the red zone tonight. This is the 3rd time where it's a field goal attempt. So very interesting stuff, considering the Raiders are arguably the worst. They show the statistic, the worst red zone defense team in the NFL. Unless they're making some adjustments to try to really fix that there. The kick is up, and it is good. 33-yard attempt. So 9-0 Detroit. They're talking about Halloween stuff, playing the spooky music. Let me draw a better 9 on there. I kind of figured this out last night, and this is, of course, depending on what the Lions' result of this game is. I did this assuming that they were going to win, but I figured out my power rankings for tomorrow, assuming the Lions do win this game. And because I'm not going to make a video because, I'll be too busy with like this and the post-game stuff and that sort of thing, but I will post it to the community. But if you guys are curious here, I have number 1, Philadelphia. Number 2, Miami. Number 3, Baltimore. Number 4, Detroit. Number 5, Jacksonville. Detroit and Jacksonville, I guess, is debatable if you could flip them or flop them. Number 6, Kansas City. Number 7, Dallas. Number 8, Seattle. Dallas and Seattle are kind of in that same tier as well, but Dallas has had more blowout games. And then number 9, San Francisco. And then number 10, Buffalo. San Francisco, Buffalo also kind of in the same tier there, but I figured, you know what? Yeah. I put Buffalo back in there at number 10. And then, I try to factor in, the records, the point differentials, how many 30 plus games the offenses score and how many games their opponents scored 20 or fewer points for the defense. And I count those up and try to make those factor in. So San Francisco is the only team that I saw in here that has 5 30-plus games and then 5 20 or fewer games allowed points. Miami has also like 5 for their offense, but if you count the game against the Broncos, that would count as 6 because that would be like doubling. Kansas City has 2 30-plus games for the offense, and then their defense has 6 20 or fewer points. Kansas City's defense is what's, I think, getting them through this season. So, and I think they drafted well with their defense. So, good on them for that. Dallas is 4-5, so 4 30-point games for the offense and 5 20 or fewer points per game. So, figured it would be important information to keep track of for later on. Anyway. First and 10, Garoppolo gets rid of it, dumps it off to 81, and he gets tackled out of bounds, tackled by Campbell. That was an 8-yard gain. Second and 2. Jacobs gets a first down, runs it kind of starting that way, but then goes back up the middle, but they got him. He still got the first down, though. It's nice to hear Kirby Joseph's name on there, too, who got the tackle. I was missing him somewhat. And the occasional sighting of Cam Sutton, whom we never hear about, but that just means he's doing his job consistently well, I like to think. First and 10, Garoppolo under center. He pitches it and gains about 3 to 4 yards there. Tackled by Hutchinson. Just underneath the Lions logo on the field. But there's a flag on the play. What's going on? What's going on? Personal foul, low block on 23, Jerry Jacobs. That's a 15-yard penalty. What are you doing, Jacobs? Oh, yeah, right at the knees there. I like to think he was trying to go for the tackle, but wound up, chop blocking him. Well, dang it, Jacobs. Garoppolo dumps it off, and Hooper gets the first down there. It's at the 29-yard line now. It's those penalties, man. They're killing us. Yeah, Lions are dominating this game, yet they're not getting as many points as they should. Here we go. First and 10 at the 28-yard line. Garoppolo hands it off. Going up the middle. Gains about 6 there. The Raiders are moving the ball in this drive, and it's making me nervous. They get a touchdown, they get a 2-point conversion, then they'd be within 1. Although I think you'd probably just kick an extra point in that situation, but second and 3. Garoppolo under center. It's at the 21-yard line. Hand off to the middle again. And he gets the first down again, down to the 20. A turnover here would be nice. The Raiders are starting to play offense here. Jacobs is doing damage now. Garoppolo under center takes it, hands it off again, and he gains another 5 yards. What is going on there? Did they figure something out about the lineman or the interior? It's like they're double teaming the defensive interior lineman, I guess. Second and 4 at the 9-yard line. They hand it off him again, and he gets almost to the first yard. And I'm talking about Jacobs, the Raiders running back, not Jerry Jacobs, the Lions cornerback. What's going on, Lions? 3rd and 1. Is that a tush push? Now it's 1st and goal down at like the 3-yard line. Hand it off to him again, and touchdown Raiders. Shoot. Josh Jacobs single-handedly drove the Raiders to a touchdown there. And the Lions, one of the top rushing defenses, let it happen. The Raiders must have made some sort of adjustment to make that happen, so the Lions will have to adjust back. They're kicking the field goal. Extra point is good. 2:56 to go in the second quarter, the first half. Lions are still winning, though, but still. The Raiders have a touchdown and the Lions do not. Don't mind me while I eat this pulled pork sandwich and then wonder if the Lions are going to kick it up a few gears. I think the Jerry Jacobs penalty definitely hurt them too and gave them the momentum. So those penalties, man, they'll kill you when it's the least inconvenient times. I can't even talk correctly right now because I'm so concerned. Oh, yeah, and I saw this earlier on social media today. We're in some sort of trifecta today where all 4 of the major sports, NFL, MLB, NBA, and NHL, are all playing a game tonight because we got this Monday Night Football game, and then there's the World Series happening, and then there's an NBA and NHL game going on right now. So obviously we're watching the NFL. I used to be a big baseball fan, so I normally would be all in on the World Series, but I don't really care anymore, although I do like that it's 2 teams that don't make it to the World Series often that are competing for it. I guess my preference would be Texas just because Arizona has won a world championship before while the Rangers have not. So I think that's where I would probably kind of go. But then again, it sounds like Arizona Diamondbacks, they have the scrappier team while Texas is built on offense. All right, Lions. Major League Soccer. Yeah, I know some people call it a major sport. Like any other country in the world, soccer would probably be the number 1 sport, I would imagine. Oh, they're showing Max Crosby's tattoos. Oh, good for him. Sports Equinox. Thank you, Beast. Ball at the 21, 1st and 10. Goff under center. They hand off to Gibbs, and he's met at the line of scrimmage. No gain. Crosby on the tackle, and he's fired up. Laporta was the one blocking him, but he got around. Hmm. 341 more edge snaps than any other player from the last 3 seasons. Yeah, I imagine like carrying your whole defense on your back. Goff, quick pass under the caught by Jameson Williams, 1st down and more, down to the 42 yards. That's like the Amon-Ra St. Brown bread and butter play, but this time it's J-Mo. As we make it to the 2-minute warning. Finally, J-Mo, does something. I know he did something in the Tampa Bay game, but like, here we go. You love to see it, because he has been through like a lot to get to this point, Some fans in the stadium are Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, and there's Where's Waldo? It is almost Halloween. Normally, I don't celebrate it. At my weekend job, though, they made us wear costumes, so I just kind of put on my running gear and just kind of try to pose as a construction worker. Like the I wore it during the other stream, like that stuff. Except I bought an orange hoodie, which I also complimented it with. So it was an interesting experience. Whew. A touchdown on this drive before the half ends would be very nice. Because the Lions got the ball to start this first half, so which means the Raiders are going to get the ball at the start of the second half and have a little bit more cushion on our lead. I think that would help us all relax a little bit more. Those of us that are hoping the Lions win this game, that are Lions fans and work for the Lions and all that. That does not taste good. Oh, yep. Trade deadline is looming. We'll see what happens. I heard rumors that Aaron McNair or the Titans quick pass to whoever that is, and he's running across the field, gets a 1st down and more. Who is that? Oh, that was Gibbs. You got 15-yard game running kind of diagonally across the field there, so that's good. The Titans star running back, I think, they're talking about trading him to the Ravens, and wow, that would be a dangerous. The Ravens would be dangerous if they got that. Anyway, 1st and 10 on the 45-yard line, and they hand it to Gibbs up the middle, and he gets his way to the 1st down, but there's flags on the field. Probably a horse collar against the Raiders, of my guess. Gibbs is doing damage here. He's lighting him up. I guess both teams. Holding. Offense 75. Horse collar. Defense. Penalties offset. Okay. Colby Sorsdale, I guess, got the holding penalty there. The crowd is chanting bullshit, bullshit. 1st and 10 at the 44-yard line. Handoff to Gibbs, going up the middle with it, and gains about 5 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 2 now, I think. 7-yard gain. Whistles are blowing. Looks like an injured Raider. Masterson, oh man. If he goes out. He's a 2022 undrafted free agent. Wow. Wowzers. Dang it. Caught it. I caught it. Masterson's going into the chance to get looked at. 2nd and 3. At the 41-yard line, I think. Goff and shotgun gets the pass. It's a snap. Passes. Caught. 1st down to St. Brown at the 29. Lions get there in a hurry. Hand off to Gibbs. Gains a couple of yards there. Clock is running, though. Down to 1 minute. I can hear Goff going, huddle, huddle, huddle. Come on, Lions. Ball at the 29-yard line. 45 seconds to go. Goff looking. Dumps it off to Laporta. And he's going out of bounds at the 25. 39 seconds left. Third and 6. Oh, here's a timeout by someone. Raiders, I think. And here come all the timeouts and then the dragging out of the last 2 seconds of the half. But the Lions are moving the ball once again. All right, here we go. Goff is in shotgun, pointing around everywhere. Takes the snap. Processes down the middle. 1st down and more. That was to Laporta. They're going to hurry up. Nope, they call a timeout. Campbell's like, timeout, timeout. 29 seconds left. Laporta caught that and got a 1st down with it. So exactly why we drafted him. They're showing the Raiders guy walking out of the tent, going somewhere. Goff processing, passes. Laporta catches it, and it's touchdown. Touchdown Lions. Woo! Sam Laporta across the middle, touchdown. There we go. Right when you least expect it. It always happens then. I think I still had Laporta starting on my fantasy team. Yeah. Extra point is up and it is good. That's more like it. I just got to hold the Raiders offense for 27 seconds. I know, right, TJ? Hawkinson might be the Vikings' last good player left on their roster that's healthy, you know? Because Jefferson's on the IR right now. Cousins is probably about to be done for the year. And now it's just Hawkinson is probably going to have to carry that team now. Going to have to earn that contract that we Lions didn't want to have to give him. Man, oh man. I liked TJ Hawkinson when he was a rookie, but then I just kept being patient with him, and then you realize, we're not getting as much production of him as we would think we would. And then the trade happened, and yeah. Yeah, Addison's pretty good. I've seen flashes of him too. Osborne, though, he's the one that always drives me nuts. As an opponent, you know. He'll get the ball and it'll always do something. I feel like he's the Vikings version of Josh Reynolds. And I know the Vikings on defense have a guy who's leading the league in sacks, or is up there in sacks, competing with TJ Watt. I can't remember his name right now though, but yeah, who knows what will happen with the Vikings now. All right, they run the ball and the gains about 7 yards there, and he's tackled. But it wasn't Jacobs. Ten seconds left. Clock is running. 9, 8, 7, and looks like they're going to run it out, and we're going to be at halftime. I'm going to go get my water bottle, and then I'm going to read off the box score stats. Oh, I just saw that glimpse of Campbell going for a touchdown. All right. I'm going to eat some celery while I do this too. All right, let's see where we're at. That was a bug. Jimmy Garoppolo is 3 for 8, 31 yards, 1 interception. Jared Goff is 20 for 26, 225 yards already. Wow. 1 touchdown. Amon-Ra St. Brown has a pass attempt. Josh Jacobs, 12 carries, 50 yards, 1 touchdown. Jahmyr Gibbs, 12 carries and 35 yards. Austin Hooper, 2 receptions, 19 yards. Detroit, St. Brown, 5 receptions, 94 yards. San Laporta, 6 receptions, 44 yards. Jahmyr Gibbs, 4 receptions, 34 yards. Robert Spillane has 1 recovered fumble, and Josh Reynolds has 1 fumble. And then Kirby Joseph has an interception. No sacks in this game. Well, Nate Hobbs has a sack. But Crosby's got a couple of tackles for loss. So that's kind of where we're at right now. Derrick Henry, that's his name. Not expected to be traded. All of a sudden, you'd think quarterbacks would be in demand for trades, considering all the injuries. Oh, I see one person in there. Is this who I think it is? Am I about to be rated? Or is it you again, Beast? I don't know. It's halftime, so I'm kind of paranoid if it's what I think it might be. This bucket is filled with celery, by the way. And I got this from Ford Field. And it was originally meant for popcorn, but I liked it so much because it has Penei Sewell, Amon-Ra St. Brown, Jared Goff. Hey, look at that logo that they have on their helmets now. And then the defensive players, Hutchinson, Kirby Joseph, and then Cameron Sutton. Yep. Oh, nope, they're gone, whoever they were. What up, Boomer? I'm Jared Jones! Are you going to rate me? Leonard Williams traded to Seahawks. Yep, I saw that headline earlier. Truth be told, I don't know who he is, so. Oh, yes! I knew you might come tonight, Tom Grossi and friends. So, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Thank you guys for the raid again tonight. This is the second time this season you've rated me. Think all the way back to week 1 versus the Chiefs. The cheeseburger raid, that's me. I made a video about that, and it's up to almost 8,000 views. So, probably my claim to fame at this point. So, I hope you guys are enjoying this game. It's another pitcher's duel since that last one. You know, the Lions are in control of the game, but they're not capitalizing on the touchdowns until that last one. Also, I want to apologize about how the Packers season is going. I know it's not great, getting worse and worse. In my humble opinion, I think maybe there might have to be a change in the regime to kind of get things going, because in my opinion, like, Aaron Rodgers was kind of in control of things there, and it still kind of feels like that they you can kind of tell. So maybe a change in the GM and the head coach, maybe to kind of try to reset things and reestablish things with Green Bay might be the solution, even if it takes a few years to rebuild. But I hope that doesn't make you too mad. But that's kind of my a humble opinion with like where the Packers are right now. But they do have a lot of good weapons, though. Christian Watson's the one player on their team I'm afraid of. Jalen Reed's really good too. Vikings had some really bad luck with Kirk Cousins, though, even though they had momentum. The Bears are the Bears, and that sort of stuff. So I really honestly don't know what to talk about here, because I was kind of half expecting you guys tonight, but I wasn't sure, even though I knew I was streaming on prime time. So it must be a slow night for you guys to have to raid me. I'm just kidding. But yeah, so another standard night. So we're halfway through the season. Trade deadline is coming. Hopefully there's some craziness going on there. Us Lions fans, we're kind of hoping for an edge rusher and a cornerback to be acquired. Me personally, I hope they acquire another wide receiver to kind of help with the deep, more pass options to blow the top off them. I know earlier Mike Evans was talked about for a possible trade target, and I'm hoping those talks get rekindled there. So, but yes, thank you all again for the raid for those of you who are there. So, but yeah. Oh man, I'm gonna have to go back to the stream and rewatch that. Maybe make another video there. So, yeah, it was funny. I was kind of holding this bucket up earlier, thinking I saw like one person and there's like, "Is that you, Tom Grassi?" And I'm just showing you. Yeah, I'm just snacking on celery with the bowl that I got when I was at Ford Field when I had popcorn. So I also have a pulled pork sandwich that I made. I brought home pulled pork for my day job today, so I'm also snacking on that. So I know what you guys came here for. So I'll be sure to check this all out later. But again, it's always great when you get rated again. So help me get a kickstart with my fans and my numbers and statistics and everything, starting off earlier. And then I get another one here. So but this is kind of actually like I'm at the point where I'm not even trying raid baits anymore. I kind of maybe did one a little bit with this, but I didn't know if it would actually work, This game, though, I think it's a pitcher's duel. The Lions are in control of it, but they got to capitalize more on scoring touchdowns and not settling for field goals. And they also need to cut down on key penalties, because Taylor Decker had that key penalty where they could have scored a touchdown on that drive, but they didn't because of that. And then Jerry Jacobs had that chop block penalty, which I think he was trying to go for the tackle, but he just on the ball carrier, but just ran into the blocker instead at the knees. And that helped contribute and give momentum to the Jacobs for his single-handed touchdown drive. So, but other than that, I'm confident the Lions are in control in this game, even though they don't have Montgomery. But Gibbs is turning into the player that in this game that we all knew he was going to be in the draft. So that's really exciting to watch. Jameson Williams has a reception, so he's involved, I guess. All right, I'm going to try to focus on your comments here. So, why did Kirby run out of the end zone after the pick? He's just stupid. Yeah, I honestly didn't think of that, so I don't know. Raider Nation? Raiders for life? Wait, am I getting raided by Raiders people now? Or were there just Raiders people watching Tom Grassi's stream? All right, I'm starting to read the comments from the top. Me and my buddy, It's a Beast, we're kind of commenting and talking a little bit right up until that point. Red, 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 grassy red, grassy red, grassy red, grassy red. Here comes the Grassians. Red, 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 grassy red, red. I'm looking for any interesting comments. Dysfunctional Vet has a bunch of laughing emojis and poop emojis. Go Hawks. We need cat content for the raid. Shoot, I wish my apartment would let me have a cat in here, but otherwise I'd probably have one. I probably would try to get a dog if I'm being honest. Well, I appreciate the guys, if the raid you people, if you all can hear me. So thanks again. I'll probably another raid. Have fun, dude. Yep. Keep up the good work. Hey, congrats, raid. Part 2X. Tree? What about Tree? Is urinating Tree part of the raid? Kitty goes meow. I really kind of want to Tom Grassi's KGM. I want to get my own version of that instead of being orange, it's blue, but also like have the meme on it. I think that would be awesome. I just got to figure out how to get it made and then send it to me. Cat goes roar. All right, anyways, third quarter. We're starting up. Jack Fox is about to kick it off. Don't worry, a lot of us aren't Packers fans. Okay, I'm relieved to know that. I had a feeling I might get rated twice this. Yeah. Hey, Devontae Adams caught a pass. I also want to say, I know for those of you who are Packers fans and they're watching in here, I do live in the heart of like Wisconsin, so I did see like in the quick trips and the festival foods, like Packers fans traveling like everywhere, and I was like, oh wow, that's everybody's going, there. So that was kind of cool to see and experience. Even like people in the grocery stores, employees. Sorry, my attention gets distracted when the sideline reporters are talking, because usually they talk about like updates about key developing stories. But 0 receivers caught catches in that first half. Garoppolo drops back and passes down the middle. Nowhere down there. Adams must have ran the run route. And it's 3rd and 9 now. I'm sorry about my helmet. I think. Garoppolo. Oh, he's sacked. Sack. Yes, down he goes. Julian Okwara. Atta baby. I love it when the Aquaro brothers, at least one of them does something on there. Because you think the edge rusher rotation would be better because Hutchinson is taking so much of the focus that the other ones could do stuff. And you finally see that here tonight. They've had spurts of doing good stuff throughout the season. Baltimore, they did next to nothing, though. So that's kind of why Lions fans have been saying, let's get another edge rusher at the trade deadline. Because the announcers famously clocked Lamar Jackson at 9 seconds before. Ooh, that was a big hit. And there's a flag on the play on that punt near the 30. Player down. Unsportsmanlike conduct, number 19 kicking team. DJ Turner. Out of bounds, hurry to not get back in. Jakob Johnson injured, though. 13:01 to go in the third quarter. Before my stream started, I tried to draw the same thing that's on the Lions helmet tonight. I only had the black marker to work with, but yeah, feel free to screen cap that, and I wanted to represent that somehow. In hindsight, I probably should have ordered some sort of wall art to put up there that resembles that, and I thought Ford Field would have something like that to purchase, but I didn't find anything there, so. Whew. I'm going to have fun analyzing the analytics of this raid tonight. It's a beast. I leave for 5 minutes and you get raided, lol. Yeah, I know. It's a beast. It was just you and me just having our casual good time doing what we usually do. And I kind of had a feeling it might happen tonight because, it's a Monday Night Football game and the Lions are playing. And, I'm here with the Lions fan. I kind of held this up here and it was kind of eye-catching, showing off the celery that I'm eating. Because I ate a cheeseburger before, so now I'm switching it up by trying to eat healthy. And yeah, I might just make another video about this raid again. We'll see. It probably won't get 7,000 views like my other cheeseburger one did, but yeah, it's the life of a casual rookie YouTuber like myself. Oh, that's why I need to update. There we go. Jakob Johnson. I didn't hear anything about Masterson and any injury updates with him. Does anybody know what's going on with him? I talked about him in my primetime preview short. And the only reason is because he had a high PFF grade when I looked at the depth chart there. Gibbs gets a first down on another run. Oh, and he's still going down to the 30. I couldn't have said it better myself. That breakout game that they're looking for with Jahmyr Gibbs. Yes, I agree, Joe Buck. Yeah, Gibbs, once he kicks it up to second gear, third gear, he's tough to bring down. He's more known for his speed, but when you are coached under Dan Campbell and go through his practices, you become a tough one to bring down. I feel like my focus is distorted from this game, but, things are going well. 2nd and 6, Jahmyr Gibbs, career high. They're giving him a breather. It's 2nd and 6. I don't even know where the ball's at right now. Oh, yep, the 29-yard line. Goff under center. Scrambles to the left, passes, intercepted. Oh, it's going to be a pick 6. No, tackle him, Goff. Damn it. Oh, it's a pick 6. Crap. What happened there? What happened there, Goff? That is why that Lions touchdown at the end before halftime was so important. I know the Raiders defense are a pain in the butt with turnovers like this. So what happened? St. Brown wasn't even looking for him, and nor was he expecting him. And the secondary player capitalized on it. It looked like they tried to improvise, and it just backfired. All right, it's a beast. Do whatever you got to do. So thank you for stopping by tonight. The good thing is the Lions will get back on offense, and Goff will have a chance to redeem himself. I kind of want to go on Tom Grassi's stream and rewind and see. What are you laughing at? Clip the P for the D. Obvious. SOB with the P for the D. Anyways, I want to go back to the halftime. Cracking content. Good night. It's a beast. I don't want to play too much of this because I'm paranoid YouTube's going to copyright strike me or somehow with that. I don't exactly know how those rules apply with that, but I'm curious to see Tom's process for how he chose me for the raid for a second time. Meanwhile, I have a game to react to. Lions' lowest interruption rate during that span. All right, let's get focused here. Goff fakes the play action, checks it off the other side to Laporta. Gets no force out of bound, gained there a couple of yards away from the first down. Masterson update. He will not return. Out with a concussion. And they showed him like wearing an oxygen mask. So good to know. Masterson's out for the game. That's going to be a blow for the Raiders, I imagine. They hand it off to Gibbs up the middle again. He gets a first down and more. Oh, that's Craig Reynolds. Craig Reynolds got that. All right, 10:47 to go in the third quarter. Ball's at the 37-yard line. Goff and shotgun. Processing. Off the middle. That was almost intercepted again. Tried to get it to St. Brown while in double coverage, but it was batted away. Just take a step back off and just take a deep breath and collect your thoughts. Handing off to Gibbs, or Craig Reynolds, actually. Gains about 5 yards there, I think. Oh, St. Brown catches that for a first down. Bread and butter play, as I like to call it. Up the middle. It was caught somewhere above the Lions logo on the center. As a casual fan, I gotta sometimes say things how a casual fan would say. And they just passed where the blue kitty on the field is. They tried to run it again. They got nowhere there. Gain of maybe 1. Re-showing the St. Brown one as he runs over the mouth of the Lion. It's the bread and butter play. Goff to St. Brown across the middle there on that whoop. And then Laporta doing his thing on the slant plays as well. Nine minutes ago. Hands off to Gibbs. Gets about 1 yard there. I think that was Gibbs. The figure of that body looked like, yep, it was Gibbs. I'm already rehearsing in my head the dono that I'm going to send Tom later as I thank him for the second raid. 3rd and 8. They hand it off again, and I think he got the first down there. Reynolds got the first down. It'll be close at least. Yeah. Right on the nice block by Sewell there. Oh yeah, he the guy tackled him was on his back while trying to tackle him, and the running back just kind of kept sliding forward and got the first down that way. Hey, take him how you can get him, you know. First down. Craig Reynolds, underrated. You know from Hard Knocks. When Montgomery got injured in the Tampa Bay game, he stepped up in there. He had a key block that helped St. Brown get that touchdown. It's those little things like that really help the Lions be successful. Craig Reynolds, of all people, knows that. So glad to have him on the Lions. 1st and 10 at the 33-yard line. Goff and shotgun, running back on his left, fakes it, processing, passes it to that same running back, and he wrestles his way, beats it way to a first down. 2 Raiders. That's Craig Reynolds again. There's a check down to him, and he got it. The Lions playmakers, it's expected of them to be able to, break tackles and, fight for that extra yard or two. And that's part of what makes their offense so dangerous. That's why Montgomery was signed and preferred over Jamal Williams, because he had that ability. They hand off to Gibbs again. He's running around the side. He gets the first down 10, down to the 2-yard line out of bounds. So it'll be first and goal now. The Lions are about to score again. Clock is running down to 6:48. All right, first and goal. Goff under center. Hands it off to Reynolds. Goes nowhere, right at the line of scrimmage. It'll be second and goal. To anybody who came here on the grassy raid, you can feel free to stick around if you want. If you prefer to go back to Tom or do whatever, that's up to you. Makes no difference to me either way. Don't feel like you have to stay here because you're obligated to, So, but thank you for stopping by tonight. Anyway, second and goal. Goff under center. Hands off to Reynolds again. He gets another yard this time. So third and goal, down to like the 2 to 3 yard line. Are they saying they fumbled and the Raiders got it? What's going on? Oh, crap. The Raiders got a turnover? Are you kidding me? What the heck happened here? Maybe a challenge is in order here. Whoa, just like popped up from above. Crosby ripped it out. Do you challenge this play? It looked like there would be inconclusive evidence anyway. Well, that's another thing. If that's crap. You gotta knock it off, Lions. Maybe the Lions can get a turnover back and get a touchdown that way. Back and win. What? Okay, they're still looking at the ruling on the field. All right, here we go. Review. Ruling on the field stance is called. Well, screw you, Crosby. You real pain in the butt there. Not enough evidence. Right when the Lions are about to score, something stupid happens to sabotage it. Looks like somebody on the Raiders jumped off sides. False start offense, 8. Half the distance to goal line. Maybe the Lions can get a safety here. Here's hoping. Man, oh man. Maybe they can do something here. 1st and 11. Hand it off to the running back, and he's gained like 5 or 6 yards there. Jacobs did. I'm going to get my Jacobs names confused. I have a coworker whose name is Jacob, so I got to say that name enough during the day. Although there's no S to end that name because it's a first name. Second and 5. Passes it. And tackled right away by Sutton. Nice play there, Sutton. Forcing a 3rd down. And then maybe they just stop him on this 3rd down play. And then when they punt, they block the punt and then recover it and then do a touchdown. Maybe. There's no way we cannot lose to the fucking Raiders. Excuse my language. Sorry. Oh! It was passed to Devontae Adams. He was juggling it, and it like flew out of his reach. Lions almost caught it, but it's an incomplete pass. I don't mean any disrespect to the Raiders with what I just said. It's just, I feel like they're a mid team at best. I know they've beaten a couple of, decent teams, had some exciting games, but this is a game that the Lions should be able to win, especially a bounce back win against the Raider after getting beat up by the Ravens. Yeah, they were lucky Adams didn't catch that ball. But now they're back to punt, 4th and 4. The punt is up to the 40, and Leaf is going to run it out. It gets about to the 49 to the 50. Bobenmeyer Mayer hit him. Oh, yeah, I forgot they have Michael Mayer. All right. So somebody else's raid. Oh, shit. All right, anyways. They're talking to Adam Schefter, I think, about the trade deadline. Raiders won't do anything. Lions, Cheddar, add DB. Surprise for the Lions. Asking about the Kirk Cousins injury. Goff scrambling to his left. Passes deep. Incomplete, but there's flags. Intended for Reynolds. Pass interference, maybe? Defense number 21. Spot of the foul. Oh, a Lions injury is down. 74. They're saying the Vikings are not ready to trade for a quarterback or give up on the season or whatever. I was half listening to that as I was focusing on the game. Shh. Oops. Who's number 74? I should know that. Oh, Awasoika. He's one of the offensive linemen, the reserve offensive lineman. Dang, how much more offensive linemen can get injured for the Lions, you know? Who else you got left at this point? Dang it, I just dropped the piece of celery that I wanted. I'm not going to eat it on live TV that you would know of, people. I just heard the beeping in my ear. My left ear pod is almost out of power. I bought the cheap $15 ones. Anyway, 1st and 10. Goff under center. They're at the 33-yard line. Hands off to Gibbs. And he's breaking away. He's getting the first down and more. And he's in. Touchdown! Touchdown, Gibbs. Lions have some insurance on their lead now. He started off going out the middle, then he kind of veered to the right, kind of on a curve, and then outsped everybody. And he's sitting up in the stands right now on a Lambeau leap type of thing. And he raced toward the corner, and he made it. Gibbs is here. Oh, man, that was good. I needed that. I was kind of in a sour mood for a bit there, but now Lions are back on the top. This has not been the Lions' prettiest game, but they're getting the job done against a team that they should beat. Kick is up, and it's good. 23-14. I love that image of the fans and grabbing Gibbs while they all celebrate there. The guy in the black shirt on the left and the lady in the white hoodie on the right. That's so great. I did that earlier. I missed it. I think I found it. Oh, I gotta pause because we're back. Garoppolo first and 10 at the 25. Faking the play, processing, passes up the middle. Michael Mayer caught that for first down and more. That was impressive under the coverage he was in. Yeah, Tom Brasky pretty said, I'm pretty sure we rated this person before. Gained 5 by Josh Jacobs, so Marcus Peters in the back somewhere in the locker room places getting evaluated. Second and 5, Garoppolo under center. Oh, almost intercepted again. They went for Mayer again, but he did. Pass was deflected, and the other Kirby Joseph almost got it. Or Joseph deflected it, and somebody else almost got it. Something like that. Oh, no. I'm still on Tom Grassi's thing, and I'm seeing spoilers for what's happening on the next play, and they're ahead of me on here, so I'm watching this game while simultaneously trying to find the spot where he rated me on his stream, and I think I found it, but we are watching this drive, and the threes are up because it's third down. Garoppolo processing, and he's sacked by McNeil and Barnes. Big Mac. The Eagles wanted him in the draft, but the Lions acquired him right before their spot. And I know they have Jordan Davis and Jalen Carter now, but they originally wanted this guy first, but they were mad because the Lions got him. That's how good Ali McNeil is. He's good at stopping your running backs in the running game, and he can get past you and sack you. He's got that quickness. He was a former center fielder in college, believe it or not. And now they're forced to punt. So Lions defense is impressive tonight. The exception of that one Jacobs drive, but they've stopped them when they should have stopped them. So fair catch at the 10. Just waiting for – what are we waiting for? Like, the offense is going to start. Everyone's standing around. I don't know about any timeouts called. Okay, here we go. 1:07 left to go in the third quarter. Tom's in a very weird mood. Like he's doing bird stuff. I don't know what's going on. They hand off to Gibbs again because why not? It's working, and he speeds his way to the first down. Injury update. Marcus Peters. Not the back. Cramping, dehydrated. Okay. Clock is running, down to 40 seconds left. 1st and 10. Of course, they hand it off to Jacobs, and he bulldozes his way to 8 yards. All right. So he saw me notice the raid. It was like, yeah, I told you guys we raided this guy before, week 1. And it's the end of the 3rd quarter. Yeah, that'll prove wrong the haters that criticize the Lions for drafting Gibbs at number 12. So he's helping us out here tonight. So. Yep. 8,000 views on that one. Okay. So we moved on to the next one. So mine was kind of brief. But just enough to get the job done. All right, I'm going to go to the bathroom real quick. Lots of P's for the D's going on, so I'm going for the O's, or I'm just going so that the Lions win. I'm going to P so that the Lions win. That's my thing. I hear the play going on. Give me a second. The draft. I hear about the draft. Yep, Gibbs, Laporta, Campbell, Branch. It's a great draft, in my opinion. Campbell doesn't get talked about enough, but he's being productive. He's going to be replacing Anzalone, I think, one day as like that Brian Urlacher type of linebacker. Oh, they give it to Gibbs again, and he almost gets another first down again. Oh, crap. A fruit fly just landed on my sandwich, so I'm done eating that for the night. All right. I'm getting to the point where I'm going to comment on Tom Grassi Street, donate to thank him for the raid. They pass it to Gibbs again. He gets another first down, close to the 50. They hand it off to, you guessed it, Gibbs again. Reynolds got the run on that one and kind of got nowhere on that one. I kind of feel like this game's a little bit on cruise control now that the Lions are running down the clock and they're running the ball, and because they're up by like 9 points, someone's injured. They're taking a break, injury break. They're talking about Dan Campbell. Dan Campbell interview. He's getting emotional about how grateful he is for his people. Oh, that was the end of 2021. During that time. Talking about Dan Campbell. We all remember him for the kneecap biting stuff. Yes, we have. We've been craving it for a long time, announcer said. All right, here, and they're showing Brad Holmes up in the booth, playing on his tablet, something like that, wearing a blue vest, gray shirt. So, anyways, here's my message. Tom and friends, : thank you for that raid, ! You didn't have to raid me for a second time this season, but I feel humbled and grateful to be that noticeable on YouTube. Cheeseburger emoji. So, I don't know, good enough for me. And that's going to be a $10 super chat. Oh, hey, 4th and 1 for the Lions here at the 39-yard line. And they're tush pushing it. I don't know if it's the tush push, but it's something similar, but they did that. But there's a flag on the play, and it looks like the Lions got it. Offside defense. That's Crosby. All right. Who are they talking about? Who is he talking about? Spoiler alerts. Keep on grinding, keep on running. Thank you, Tom. Anyways, best record in NFC: Eagles, Seahawks, Lions, Cowboys, 49ers. Lions are in the mix there. The Eagles are up there, so I got to focus back on this game again. Otherwise, my stream is pointless. You know what I mean? Yeah, I might clip that and make that another video, but that's a project for another day. They hand off to Gibbs again. He gets about like a yard there. Goff drops back and passes, and it was meant for Leaf, and it's incomplete. All right, I'm exiting Tom's stream. I guess he tried to P for the D for something, but it backfired on him, and I don't know what he was referring to yet because he's way ahead of me. But there's 10:04 left. It's a 52-yard attempt for Riley Patterson. Oh, I don't think he's going to make this one. He's not good at long-distance ones. But anyways, the kick is up. Oh, and it's good. He made it. Good for Riley Patterson. Good for him. He needed a 52-yard field goal like that. So, I'm glad. I'm glad for him. I didn't think he could make those type of field goals, but he did. I'm glad we picked him over the other kicker, and I don't even remember his name now. It was a knuckle ball, and it just barely made it over, but yes. What's the score now? 26-14? Lions are pulling away with this game. They have a significant enough lead. And now they can just run the ball and kill time on the clock. I'll be right back. I'm going to throw this away. I wonder how much of the celery I've eaten tonight. I know I cut all of these celery sticks in half, and then I've been snacking on them. And I like to think I probably went through probably 2 or 3 stocks worth, I guess. Maybe like half of what I had. So this is kind of the boring part for most fans for the Lions game, but it's part of the Lions winning. They get out to a lead, and then they run the ball and get time off the clock, and that's what the best teams do. We talk about Eminem and his restaurant, Mom's Spaghetti. I had a former roommate who, when I met him, the first day I met him, he told me about this store, and he showed me a YouTube clip promoting the store. And then, like, at the end of it, Eminem is, like, holding up both of his hands, but there's paper bags above both of them. I think, like, trying to subtly imply that he's flipping off somebody. Mom's Spaghetti is obviously, like, a lyric in, whoa! The kick returner fumbled it in the end zone and then picked it up and got tackled at like the 1 yard line. Mom's Spaghetti is a lyric of his famous song, Lose Yourself. Oh no, Dorsey looks like he's injured. Khalil Dorsey, and he just came back from injury too. Oh no. Crap. Oh boy, Khalil Dorsey. He's important for our special teams. Oh, looks like he's being helped up and he's standing up. That's a good sign. Talk about Dan Campbell's comments on the trade deadline. Like, yeah, we can improve, but we can't mess up the chemistry and give up like what we already have, But ultimately, it's Brad Holmes' call. Like, Campbell will definitely have his ear in a lot of situations, but Brad Holmes is in charge of the trades. Make no mistake. Anyway, 1st and 10 for the Raiders. Garoppolo in the Lions' end zone and shotgun. A safety here would be nice. Oh, and he gets rid of it, and it's out of bounds. He was about to get hit, too. Yeah, Hutch almost sacked him there. Devontae Adams covered by Sutton. Looks like he broke away, but the pass just went out of bounds. I mentioned Hutchinson was leading the league in sacks earlier in the game. Pass incomplete intended, but there's a flag on the play. Garoppolo slow to get up, though. Jack, man, roughing the passer. Come on, man. Let's see what it was. Yeah, he's straight away blitzing him. It's like he tripped like right before him and like tackled him at his ankles, like right in the left knee. I think Campbell just like tripped before he got to him. But now the ball's at the 18-yard line. A 1st and 10. The Raiders are down by what? Okay, he scrambled and he caught the pass, 1st down and more. I'm trying to do quick math in my head. 26 subtract 14, 22, and then 12. So the Raiders are down by 12. So they need 2 touchdowns basically to win this game at this point. So not looking too good for them right now. How much time in the 4th quarter is left? Show me the clock. 9:20. Another injury for the Raiders. No. Aiden O'Connell. We don't need to see him tonight. Let Jimmy Garoppolo. I like our odds against Garoppolo better than Aiden O'Connell. Aiden O'Connell was somebody I was thinking the Lions might draft, like for being a backup quarterback in the last year's draft, but ultimately they went with Hendon Hooker. But Aiden O'Connell, like I did my research on him, and I think I respected him the most out of all like the quarterbacks in like the later rounds. Hendon Hooker I considered like early to middle round type, but same with Tanner McKee. And O'Connell did show flashes of excellence throughout the preseason and like throughout the season when he did play. So let's stick with Garoppolo here for the rest of this game. Okay. The injured player has been replaced, it looks like. So 9 minutes, 20 seconds on the game clock. Lions are at 5-2, while the Raiders are at 3-4. I'm impressed that the Raiders have 3 wins, considering the opponents they played this season so far. It's 1st and 10 at the 34-yard line. Garoppolo shotgun, processing, and he's sacked. Sacked by Anzalone on the blitz, and Hutchinson was there too. He is sacked and he's down. And it was almost like a tag sack, like, oh, here I come. I tagged you to the back. Now you go down. That's kind of what it looked like at first glance there. Was Hutchinson part of the sack too? I know he was like right there. He made contact with him after he was down, though. But Anzalone on the blitz there. Good work. Good work, Anzalone. Lions have 3 sacks tonight. Garoppolo processing. And McNeil gets another sack. That's his 2nd sack of the tonight for Lee McNeil. People kept saying during the draft, like, we need to draft Kalijah Cansey or Jalen Carter or whatever. Like, and I knew that we had Lee McNeil already, and he could easily like change the role that they needed to, and they could draft like a nose guard type to replace him, And he's proving me right here with this. Speaking of which, the guy that I'm talking about that the Lions drafted to be like the nose center type, Broderick Martin, we haven't seen him at all this year so far. I assume he's just developing, but we'll see what happens with him, I guess. Quick pass to the side, and it was a screen pass, and it took him a while to get down. Campbell on the tackle there. Man, it feels so good. I mean, I was nervous in that first half a little bit there when the Raiders made it close and the Lions weren't capitalizing on their end zone opportunities, but Gibbs has really come alive tonight, and we're really breaking away with this game. I feel confident that the Raiders won't be able to score a touchdown on this drive. Garoppolo processing. And he's sacked once again. 3 straight sacks. This time, Anzalone again. Alex Anzalone, the Lions captain of the defense. He came over from the Saints. In my opinion, he's kind of like an extension of the coaches. Campbell brought Aaron Glenn with him from the Saints, and then they also brought over Anzalone from the Saints because they know what kind of defense that they want to run, and he's valuable like that because he's the captain and he knows what kind of defense they want to run, and they're trying to do that. And he started off kind of slow and not making the tackles, but he's always hustling and always there, and he's improved and he's doing really good here now. So that's 3 straight plays and 3 straight sacks, I think, right? Campbell's going, yeah. Can't see the fist up here like that, but you get what I'm saying. Turnover on downs anyway, and they hand it off to you-know-who, Gibbs, and guess what? He gets a first down to the 19. That was 11 yards, I think. No, that was Craig Reynolds. My bad. Craig Reynolds. I'm out of water already. I drank 2 cups of green tea and then a whole thing of water. Anyways, 1st and 10 at the 18. Goff under center. Hands it off to Reynolds again, and he's going around, and he gets a first down. So it'll be 1st and goal at the 6-yard line, right around there. Over 200 rushing yards. I got to check the box score stats too, and I'll probably do that in the next commercial break and update us. I do try to update that whenever I get. But Goff already had 200 plus passing yards by halftime, so probably not so much now because he's been handing the ball off quite a bit to Gibbs. And he hands it off here again to Reynolds, and he is in. Touchdown. But there's a flag on the play. Might be coming back, Joe Buck says. Holding offense 70. Skip, come on, man. Got to cut down on the penalties like I keep saying. Quick tangent. One of my favorite memories of Dan Campbell, this would have been early last season when they defeated the Commanders. It was their first win of that season, then their second game. Wins were rare for the Lions at that point, and every time we got a win, we got an epic after-game speech from Dan Campbell, and part of Dan Campbell's speech was like, "Hey, Skip, nice freaking job, man." And then everybody goes, "Skip, Skip, Skip," and he's just sitting there just in bliss. No penalties, though, Skip. We're glad we brought you back. They handed it off to Gibbs. Gets a couple yards there. "Hey, Skip! Nice freaking job, man! Skip, 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 Skip." I don't think I'll ever forget that. Shoot. I dropped another piece of celery. So, yeah, my upcoming content, I'm not going to do a fridge magnet power rankings, but I'll probably post mine on the community at some late tonight, early tomorrow. I'll do one about where I think the Lions are halfway. Some version of that. Hand off to Gibbs again, down to the 9. But I'm trying to think of what angle I want to do it for that Lions video. I wanted to kind of focus on like all the players Brad Holmes has drafted so far and where they're at this season so far. But because I know everybody else on YouTube is probably like, okay, we're at the halfway point. Let's talk about what we like and what we don't like and that sort of thing. And then I'll probably gloss over all that stuff while I focus on the specific angle I want to talk about, which is the draft players that Brad Holmes have drafted so far. And I think all of them are still on the rosters in some way, some form, even if it's practice squad. Like the one player that they released, Jefferson, who was a running back in the 7th round from Oregon State that they drafted 3 years ago. They had released him, I think, at the start of the season, but they brought him back recently because, the Lions were starting to get thin in the running back room because of the injuries and all that. So, and I like all the players that Brad Holmes drafted because I know Brad Holmes is good at that, but even I understand you got to kill your darlings. And they tried to pass it to Laporta, but he dropped the pass. And now it's 4th and goal. I was hoping the Lions would put up another 30 points in this game, but I'll probably settle for a field goal here, and they'll probably win with us 29 points. But, they could have had much more, though. That's what happens when you don't capitalize on your touchdowns, though. But, the win is the win. Riley Patterson's made a lot of field goals tonight, though, so thank goodness for him and his consistency. Oh, no! He missed it from 26 yards. No good. Wide right. I just had to yap about him. I just had to say that. He makes a 52-yarder earlier, and then he misses this one. Well, it's happened every now and then. Campbell looks pissed. He's like yelling. All right, so maybe we'll win with 26 points in this game. The long snapper for the Lions, Scott Daly, was limping, and now he's going to be looked at the table. 4:59 to go in this game, though. It's a turnover on downs. 1st and 10 at the 20. Garoppolo under center. Or no, he's in shotgun. I'm sorry. Processing, gets off the pass, caught, 1st down. Oh, is it fumbled? Recovered by the Raiders again. It was a decent throw by Garoppolo, but then they fumbled, and then the Raiders got it for more. Garoppolo back, processing, quick dump-off pass, dropped, incomplete. Barnes on the coverage there. Branch right there, ready to tackle too. All right, anyway, 2nd and 10 at the 40. Garoppolo and shotgun, running back on his left. Drops back, processing, going deep. Too far ahead of Devontae Adams, incomplete pass. It'll be 3rd and 10. He was wide open too. He defeated whoever was covering him. He got the better of Sutton on that one. Tricked him on a double dig route thing. That's what the announcers are saying. They say it better than I can, I guess. 3rd and 10 at the 40. Interception would be nice here. Garoppolo processing. And he is sacked. Tracy Walker on the sack. There we go. And now it's 4th down. You got a punt now. You got no other options. Well, you're going to go for it at your own 40? See, I'm confident that the Lions defense here. So, oh my gosh, they're going for it on 4th and 17. What? I knew I talked about how stupid their head coach was. And pass is caught and tackled right at the Lions' tail on the field. And that's not enough for a first down. So, turnover on downs. Not the wisest call, I would say. But then again, you're giving the Lions the ball to run out the clock. So maybe you didn't have a choice there. Someone smarter than me can probably explain that better. When Devontae Adams is pissed, he slammed his helmet on the floor, and now he's sitting on the bench in frustration. He does not want to play there anymore now that his college teammate has moved on to the Saints. Wanted to go to Green Bay to reunite with Aaron Rodgers again, but now Aaron Rodgers has done nothing. 1st and 10, they hand it off to Gibbs again, or actually Reynolds. Gains about 2 yards there. Probably not too much of Gibbs anymore because talking about the Lions' schedule, they got the bye week, and then the Chargers, then the Bears, then Packers, then Saints. I did mention before, after the Ravens game, the Lions' schedule gets much easier and easier, like right up until like the Dallas Cowboys game, which is the second to last game of the season. And then maybe the Chargers will be a challenge. So, because they were a playoff team last year, and they have a pretty good offense, pretty good quarterback, pretty good weapons. Handoff to Reynolds again. Gains about 4 yards there. Yeah, because you don't want to run Gibbs on there when you don't need to and get him injured like that. They're down and 3. Handoff again. Goes nowhere there. 4th down. 2:27 to go in the game. Getting down to the 2-minute warning. I'm debating at what point I am going to start my post-game show, because depending on how good the Lions are doing in the game, like if you know you're going to win right now, I'll probably start talking about my thoughts about this game during this last part of the live stream, and then I'll use that video footage to, I'll use that for my YouTube video. Not the first time I would have done it before. Yeah, I think I'll wait a bit. I'll wait for when they start kneeing it. Because I think you probably would want to get my reactions when they start doing the post-game interviews with the Lions players. I imagine they're probably going to want to interview Gibbs. I'll be right back. All right. Stuart Scott talking about the Texas Rangers coming up big. I wonder how that's going. Okay, fake play action, quick dump off pass to Laporta, and he gets the first down and more. So they went for it on 4th and 2. They're just prolonging the drive. All right, they're going to start kneeling it, and I am going to start my post-game show. So bear with me to the one person who's currently watching. Well, that game felt much better. Yo, dudes, Oren here. Welcome to my post-game reaction after the Lions defeat the Las Vegas Raiders 26-14 on Monday Night Football, and their last game they play before they head into their bye week. Technically, the game still has 1 minute left, but they're kneeing it, and the game's pretty much over, and I'm calling it now. So, but yeah, it's another win against, frankly, an opponent that we should have been able to beat, and we did. Although earlier in the game, we did have some red zone trouble against a team that ranked last in red zone defense, and had to settle for field goals for several of those times. But they got the points and they got the job done. I mean, the score could have been easily over 30, 35 points, but it's 26 points against a team that has one really good edge rusher, and then that's pretty much it. And but overall, the defense did very well, I thought. Ali McNeil had multiple sacks in this game, as did Angelone, like on the blitz plays and that sort of thing. Hutchinson was, there with the pressures. Other than that, you didn't hear too much from him. And, Kirby Joseph had an interception. There was that weird few moments early in the game where, they got the turnover from us, and then we got an interception right back. And then, there was another turnover, like Crosby punched out the ball, like in that Craig Reynolds thing that was – So there's a couple of things on offense that troubled us, and I know my thoughts are all over the place right now, but one highlight of this game for the offense, definitely Jahmyr Gibbs. This is the game that Gibbs has broken out, and they're getting ready to interview him right now. Scott Van Pelt's about to interview him or something. But yes, Jahmyr Gibbs beating him on the run game and outrunning everybody, and from the passes, the check down passes and everything. So he really came up, and he was a key part of our offense and helped us be able to win tonight without David Montgomery. So Craig Reynolds was doing good stuff there. And then, like I was saying with the defense, I know I'm all over the place tonight, but the defense overall did a really good job, except for that one drive where Josh Jacobs literally did everything with it himself there. Most of the plays were him up to that touchdown. And Jerry Jacobs had like a chop block penalty, which helped them with the 15 yards there. Oh, my tablet cut out there. So I guess I won't see the Gibbs interview. That's all right, though. But yeah, penalties, sometimes the penalties were hurting us. So I know there was a one on offense from earlier in the game that Taylor Decker had a holding penalty that kind of helped kill one of the drives there. So, it was a get right game, and they definitely got a lot right there. So, because we had Jared Goff, who was 26 for 37 with 272 passing yards, and he had over 200 passing yards by halftime there too. 1 touchdown and 1 interception. He had that pick 6 there, which looks like St. Brown didn't know where he was going after Goff was trying to improvise, I guess. Well, meanwhile, Garoppolo had 10 for 21, 126 yards, and 1 interception. I think the announcers mentioned that none of the receivers for the Raiders had caught a pass in that whole first half. If that's true, then that is crazy. Josh Jacobs had 15 carries for 61 yards and 1 touchdown. Jahmyr Gibbs had 26 carries, 152 yards, and 1 touchdown. Craig Reynolds had 14 carries, 74 yards. And then as far as receiving goes, the Raiders couldn't do much there. Josh Jacobs, 2 receptions, 27 yards. Devontae Adams, 1 reception for 11 yards. And then meanwhile with Detroit, Amon-Ra St. Brown, the bread and butter players, I like to refer to him, 6 receptions, 108 yards. Sam Laporta, 8 receptions, 57 yards, and 1 touchdown. And Jahmyr Gibbs, 5 receptions for 37 yards. So Gibbs being dynamic. And then a bunch of other players caught some passes sometimes. For example, Jameson Williams, 2 receptions for 16 yards. And then Josh Jacobs had a fumble. Jacoby Myers had a fumble recovery. Spellane had a fumble recovery. Max Crosby had a fumble recovery. Josh Reynolds had a fumble. Craig Reynolds had a fumble there. And then sacks. Alex Anzalone had 2 sacks. Tracy Walker had a sack. Lee McNeil had 2 sacks. Julian Aquara had a sack. And yeah, so like I was saying, the Lions defense looked pretty much sharp. This reminded me a lot of the Lions versus Falcons game earlier in the year. Like, it turned out to be a lower scoring game, but Gibbs got the job done on offense. Yeah, you get the idea. It was awesome that they were doing it on Monday Night Football, showing everybody their greatness. Bounce back win after getting pummeled by the Raiders. I tried to draw what their logo looked like on the helmet that they were sporting in this one. And I didn't like it at first, but the more I watched it and looked at it, the more I really enjoyed it for this game. And then, this was a get-right game, and the Lions improved to, 6-2 now as they go into the bye week, and it's the halfway point of the season for them. So, good stuff there. And I'm not going to do a Fridge Magnet Power Rankings video just because I'm going to be busy with all this stuff. But I am going to be doing some version of the Lions halfway video later this week. So be on the lookout for that. And one last thing, I just want to once again shout out Tom Grassley and his followers. Thank you again for rating me. And this was the second raid that I received from Tom Grassley and his fans. He rated me all the way back during week 1 during the Lions and Chiefs games. I was eating a cheeseburger and I was trying to get him to raid me on purpose, and it worked. And then this time I was just kind of sitting there with my bucket, Detroit Lions bucket, which was full of celery, and just eating that. And then I saw the one person jump up in there, and I was like, wait, is that Tom Grassi? Is he trying to figure out to raid me? And then it took a while. Then there it was. And you didn't have to raid me again. I know there's other people out there streaming who would have, loved the raid, but, I appreciate that you had me in mind for a second time. I don't know what else to say besides that. And thank you. So, the trade deadline is going to be coming up. We'll see what the Lions and Brad Holmes will do. I know a lot of people are saying they might need another edge rusher, need help with cornerbacks in the secondary. My personal preference is to try to think, 2 steps ahead and get maybe some depth for the offensive line, or maybe another deep wide receiver threat like Mike Evans. That would be my preference there, to try to somehow think 2 steps ahead, because you got to imagine that every GM knows that the Lions want an edge rusher or cornerback, and they're going to drive up the trade price for that. So, but I trust Brad Holmes with whatever he's able to accomplish with the trade. And, who am I to, question or give suggestions to Brad Holmes? He knows what he's doing. He doesn't have to explain anything to us. So, that's it. Another great Lions win. This is a really feel good for Monday nights. And until after the bye week, 2 weeks from now, go Lions, one pride. And then thank you, everybody who's tuned into my stream tonight, whether you were part of the raid or you just wanted to come check in and hang out. This was fun. I'm glad I got back into it. I was kind of afraid of, NFL burnout from this. So I took a little bit of time off to try to focus on other things, but I came back here and I'm glad I did. So awesome. So thank you guys, and I'll see you guys next time.